Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. So for today's video I am giving you guys finally my 2024 reading stats. It's took a while to get me here. I've been delayed in filming this video, but we are finally here. Now my screenshots and screen recordings are going to appear here on the side, but obviously I'm going to be looking over here, so excuse me when I don't look directly at you guys, I apologise. But to start us off with, I'm using Storygraph, by the way, because Storygraph can give me a lot more accurate reads and statistics than Goodreads can, so we're using Storygraph. It tells me I finished 264 books. I technically actually finished 268. 4 of them just didn't show up on the system, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, your girl was feeling lazy to add them manually into the system, so I was feeling a bit lazy at the time, so I kind of left it, but it is technically 268. I read 90,819 pages, and I listened to 136.2 hours worth of audiobooks, so pretty decent there. I'm not too bad with audiobooks, they're not my go-to, but they are handy if I'm working and I need something to listen to or help me get through a book and things like that, so we did good. My first and last book of 2024, my first one was Yellow Thorns by Rena Kent, which is the prequel to the Thorns duet. This is like a little, I want to say it's like 90 something pages, I think, I'm not entirely sure. And then Off to the Races with by Elsie Silver. So I started and ended the year with 2 of my favourite authors, so that was a good sign for the year. That was a good sign. My 2024 Storygraph mood map. So it says here the lighter books pushed the line up and darker books pulled the line down. So October, November time was a very dark couple of months, if I can read and speak. Yes, October and November was a bit of a dark period. But we started and ended the year off quite high, which, you know, it's always a good sign. It says you traversed landscapes of the heart, explored the shadows of the human psyche, and teetered on edges of anticipation. Narrators flowed at a comfortable, engaging tempo. I can't speak. You guys are gonna have to bear with the girl. I can't speak. So the statistics for across the year for books, pages, and minutes per month in 2024. My books read, I definitely had a bit of like a, for me personally, obviously everybody is different to the amount of books they read a year and a month and everything, and one is different, but for me my dips were kind of like July and October, which do represent where I was at in the time. I mean, July I was getting ready to go into hospital, October I was just coming out of hospital, so that very much reflects that very well. November was a big month. Obviously I did a book a day in November, so naturally that is going to be my highest month, but otherwise, you know, there's some good books read wise, is pretty decent. Pages read, surprisingly, the November is pretty equal in kind of this area, like considering it was my highest month of books I read, pages is pretty like spot on with that. My actual highest month for pages read is actually in May, and I only read 25 books that month, but that was 10,781 pages, so that's good. I definitely had more pages read towards the beginning of the year than what I did towards the second half of the year, so very much, again, another bit of an up and down. Now, in regards to audiobooks and like the minutes listened to, the beginning of the year is very much my big time of listening to audiobooks, and then it kind of just panned out a little bit, and then like at the end of the year, like I had a little bit more of a spike again, just like, you know, help off with those reading goals for the last bit of the year, you know, kind of push them out and stuff. So, you know, it's good. Not too bad. That's very, very realistic for me. I mean, I know it's showing my realistic stats, but it feels like it's, yeah, very good representation of my year. So my reading goal I achieved at 120%, pages goal was 107, audio was 151%, which again, I set my audio goal quite low. I think I set it at like 80 hours, I think was my audio. My books was 220. and pages, so I think it was like 80,000 or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, I can't remember. The genres I spent the most time with in 2024, romance. Romance really killed it, and like that's not just obviously our standard romance, we're talking like dark romances and stuff as well. That is very much what my year consisted of. Thrillers are in there, which honestly I'm quite surprised about. I didn't think I read that many thrillers last year, but clearly I did. Clearly I read 29 thrillers last year and I did not realise. Romances was 204. 204 romances. But yeah, I'm really surprised by the thriller statistic in there. I didn't think I read that many. But hey, page-wise in books, my longest book was Kingdom of Ash, which was 984 pages. Which, yes, I believe it is. Because A Day of Fallen Night, I don't believe was over that. I think it's like 800 and something. So yeah, definitely, and a very recommended read. If you guys are in or want to pick up the Throne of Glass series, please do so, because yeah, and Kingdom of Ash is so good. And my shortest book at 13 pages was the Harvey chapters of Flawless, and yes, I did count them, because if they showed up on the system, they counted. So that's my opinions. So the average length of the books that I read was 360 pages, which yeah, probably would agree. Occasionally I read like a slightly longer one, or like I really kind of go to extremes. I have my nice little comfortable zone, and then occasionally I'll go like really low page count and then like a really high page count. I don't know in the medium between all those three numbers. It doesn't happen for me. And it took me on average around 2 days to finish each book, which I can agree with. I can agree with that. I have sometimes, depending on the book, will depend on if I can like fly through it, or if I feel like it's one that I'm just kind of like not necessarily dragging through, but if it's quite a difficult read, it can take me a little bit longer. But normally a couple of days is about average for me. Least time spent on a book was Yellow Thorns by Rina Kemp, which again, it was a lot of the books, not a lot of the books, but like obviously the bonus chapters and bonus scenes and stuff would have taken like a day. But obviously that was the first one. Most time spent on a book was 22 days on A Day of Fallen Night. This is because I think it was in a Runa vlog that you guys probably would have seen by now. I was listening to the audiobook for this one, and I kind of was just dragging it out, not because I wasn't enjoying it, I was, but because I was only listening to it here and there, it just kind of dragged it out. So I didn't really give myself the time and chance to sit and focus on it. So that's why that one took me quite a while almost a month to listen to. The authors she spent the most time with in 2024, of course Rina Kemp is up there. I spent the first half of 2024 catching up with the backlog of Rina Kemp books. So I'm not surprised that I read 31 of her books last year, because I divulged into the backlist and I am now all up to date. It's just her new releases that to come that I'm to read, but yeah, I'm all up to date. Monica Murphy at 13, which yes, I vibe with. I'm kind of working through her backlist. I'm slowly getting there. Slowly. I'm gonna try and aim for some more this year, but we shall see. And then Sarah J Maas, actually I'm surprised. Oh, I did reread at the beginning of the year. I did reread the ACOTAR series. I would have finished off the Throne of Glass series, and then I reread the first two Crescent City books, and then obviously I read House of Flame and Shadows, which we're not going to talk about. We're going to move on swiftly. So I am still surprised to see her there in the top 3, honestly. 2024's average rating was a 4.13, which, you know what, that is actually pretty decent. I'd probably agree. I definitely had a fair few 5 stars compared to previous years, which I will show you guys briefly on the screen now. There's a few rereads in there, so be warned obviously of that. There was a few rereads which do obviously get taken into account, but yeah. My 2024 ratings wise, I rated a lot of 4s. A lot of books got 4 stars from me, which is, yeah, probably very fitting. Yeah, about a 4 star. And then what was the 5s? 39. A value of 39. Okay. 75 books got 4. Okay, I don't think it was that. But again, I guess I said with the rereads as well, it probably where it pushed up a little bit. You'll have to look at my 5-star prediction-esque video. It's going to discuss my 2024 5 stars, the predictions from last year, all the 5 stars, and this year's predictions. So there'll be a whole 5-star themed video coming. If I can speak and describe the video perfectly, it would be great. Some months were better than others. So April was actually my highest average rating month with a 4.43, and December actually wasn't my favorite month with a 3.8. I mean, that's still good. It's still good, but yeah, clearly April was a good reading month. So I can't even remember what I read in April. I can't really remember what I read in December either, and I'm filming this on February 7th. As you do. May was my month where I think I just obviously said earlier, the most pages read of 10,781. Other Storygraph users and your 2024 reads. So the most shelved is the A Court of Thorns and Roses. I did listen to the audiobook. That would be correct this year when I did the reread. 690,300 users and my rating was a 4.5. Least shelved is Chasing Deaton by Making Night. Now this, I read this as an ARC. 2 users, my rating of 4. It's not out yet. I'll put it on the screen when it's releasing. But yeah. So that's why that one's gonna not really have been shelved. So I was expecting that. Highest rated, Teasing His Tiger by Tanya Lynn. I gave it a 4.25. The average rating is a 4.66, which, yes, if you guys have not read Tanya Lynn, I think I've spoken about her enough. And if you haven't, why have you not taken my advice and gone and picked her work up yet? Like, come on, let's go do that, okay? Let's go do that. Right, now into a few more kind of deeper statistics, I guess. I explored the works of 82 new authors, which is decent. I love exploring new authors, so the fact that I found 82 new ones last year is pretty damn decent, do you know what I mean? Hopefully we'll explore another 80 plus this year. Fingers crossed, we shall see. Now our favourite kind of form of statistics when it comes to series. Now you guys know I'm in the middle of so many series right now, okay? So many. Last year clearly is to blame because 211 of the books that I read last year were part of a series. And I read 268 books, guys. I read 268 books, 211 of them were part of series. Now, don't get me wrong, I did finish off, I think, a couple of series, but still. You can see why now I'm in the issue of series and how many I'm in the middle of, because I have years like last year where I read 200 plus in a series, and it's great. Great. I revisited a total of 23 books, so that is 23 books I reread last year, which, you know what, I'm good with. I love them for a reason, so I reread them for a reason. I know I reread Happy Place before I read Funny Story, and I know I reread the Legacy of God series before I read God of War, so I don't know if it was, what else did I reread last year? Oh, I reread the Darkverse series for the Syndicate coming out, and I DNF'd 9 books last year, which is pretty decent. I'm not massive on DNFing. I do try to do it more now compared to what I used to. I don't let myself force to finish a book if I'm not enjoying it, so I do try if I can to put the book down if I'm not vibing with it, but it doesn't always happen, okay? It doesn't always happen. I completed one reading challenge last year, which would have been one of Donna's reading challenge. I think it was the November readathon or readathon. I think it was the November readathon. I'll link Donna down below so you guys can check her out. I know they're doing, her and Manda are hosting one for the month of February, but they host a bunch throughout the year as well, so go down below. If I can find Manda's channel and stuff as well, I'll link Manda down below in that as well. And then have a glance at my 2024, guys. This is all the books that I read. So there we go, that is our 2024 reading statistics. It was a successful year in 2024 and I'm very happy with the way that it went, all things considered, because there is a lot of things to consider for last year. But yeah, it was a good year and I am hoping for 2025 to be a good year too. We shall wait and see. It's already been an interesting start. But yeah, that is it. Let me know how your guys' 2024 reading statistics were and how your year went. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. So don't forget to keep smiling, be kind, keep reading. Bye guys.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good